Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be continuing what if Itachi took both Naruto and Sasuke. We're gonna kick this up right where we left off. So in the middle of their training, Naruto passes out and no one knows why he's passed out. And cause this is the first time I'm gonna say Naruto ever gets trains and then passes out. So everyone stops and they notices that Naruto's just out on the floor. Because Naruto was training, but he wasn't training with everybody else. He was training with the shadow clones. So once the shadow clones disappeared, made a big cloud of smoke, they turned around and said Naruto was out on the floor. And Naruto, they obviously freak out a little bit and they start calling the healer, Konan, not Konan. Is it Konan? Yeah, they call Konan and Konan calls Itachi and Pain in them. They all come running in there and Naruto's just passed out. And I would say, Rin tells him he's fine. I'm gonna say Rin and I can't remember that girl's name again. Remember it later on, watch. Anyway, so they do a checkup on him and he's fine. They say he's fine, he just passed out just all of a sudden. And in Naruto's head, Naruto's kind of freaking out, and the Nine Tails tell Naruto that's the old man, that's technically my father, that's the Sage of Six Paths. And the Sage of Six Paths tells him about Kaguya and everything like that. And instead of giving Naruto the little weird thing that he had on his hand, the first time, I'm gonna say he just informs Naruto what's going on, and he's technically changing everything. I'm gonna say the Sage of Six Paths had a little foresight, and he didn't foresee Itachi taking Naruto and Sasuke, and then everything playing out the way it is now. So he tells Naruto that, and he's you're treading into territory that I know nothing of. I couldn't see this. And Naruto was oh, so I was supposed to, chase Sasuke around for half my entire life. Sakura was supposed to give me hate and stuff like that. And the Sage of Six Paths put it bluntly. He was yeah, that was your life. That would have been your life. And Naruto was tragic. I'm glad it ain't. And what seems like minutes to them, days in reality. And in those days, I'm gonna say Madara and the Zetsu successfully implanted most of all the Sharingan that Danzo and Madara had into an Anbu member. So now they're just this elite god tier squad. But we both know that they finna get washed. All of us know. I can't even say both because there's so many of us now. Shit, and 100 subscribers, bro. Alright, but yeah, so, Naruto wakes up, and I'm gonna say, almost immediately after he wakes up, he sees the first few people that he sees is Gaara, Hinata, Sakura, Tenten, and Pain. And he asks where's Sasuke. He's oh, yeah, I got a welcoming party, but I'm missing some more key members. What's going on here? And I'm gonna say Naruto, they tell Naruto Sasuke went out with Itachi, and they said they were gonna be back for a week or two. Naruto's all right, I guess I can go and try to get the Four Tails, Son Goku. And he basically brings the average squad. Pain, he brings a squad. He brings most of the Jinchuriki that he has. So he brings Gaara. He brings Gaara, the Two Tails girl. I literally don't know her name. If anybody knows her name, please put it in the comment section, because I don't know her name worth the fucking life of me. I tried remembering, but I can't. Sakura, which is the Three Tails now. And he brings Pain, the Diva Path, the one that does almighty push and pull. And he brings Tenten and Hinata. So yeah, that's the squad that he brings. I'm gonna say Kisame, I'm gonna say Kisame and Zabuza trains that girl that gets bit a lot in like canon. That still don't sit right with me. I gotta remember her name. But yeah, I'm gonna say they train her, but not like for her like to have her own, like to have one of Zabuza or their swords, but like they just train her with the sword itself. But yeah, like she's constantly being trained by them because her and Reen, I'm gonna say her and Reen are like the only Konoichi they have besides like Sakura, and they need those two to be able to defend themselves. That way they're not completely, useless. Um, so they start heading off. I'm gonna say almost immediately after they get out of there, and like not get out of there, but like almost immediately after they set out on their journey. Say Naruto feels a presence like something's watching them. Which it is, because I'm gonna say Orochimaru made Shin Uchiha, that one dude from Boruto, a lot earlier in canon. And him, Madara, yeah. So Madara has like a whole, yeah. If y'all know, if y'all like, yeah, it's finna get real interesting real quick. So Madara basically tells Shin Uchiha, because I'm gonna say Shin Uchiha idolizes Madara instead of Itachi. Like I'm gonna say Shin Uchiha kind of like has that thing or whatever the fuck it is following them, kind of. But I'm gonna say like in the middle of it, from the Kamui away, I'm gonna say Tenten sees it and throws like the thing at it, like throws a sheet of metal at it and kills it, like basically taking that thing out the picture. And Naruto basically like he's like, okay, I see them, they stepping up their progress. He's like, well, we finna go get the Four Tails. I mean, wait, was it the Four Tails or the Five Tails? I think it was the Five. No, the Five Tails is that weird like horse-looking thing, I think. Or was it the slimy one? I don't know. I know for a fact that the Four Tails was Son Goku, I think. Yeah, I think the Four Tails was Son Goku. Yeah, they're going to get Son Goku. So, like, I'm gonna say like a day into their trip, Naruto and them, like, they come across some bandits. No, there's nobody in conjunction with them, like, with, like, Orochimaru and, yeah, their rinky-dink version of the Akatsuki. It's just, yeah. So, oh my god, bro. Why do I start yawning when I record? I will never be yawning when I'm not recording. Anyway, so Naruto basically asks the bandits, like, why? Like, because I'm going to say the bandits are terrorizing the village. I'm going to say Naruto walks over to them nicely and asks them, yo, why you terrorizing this village? Like, what, you got something better else to do? And they turn around and they look at Naruto and they was like, well, who is this kid? And they basically start trying to berate Naruto. Then they see like the other people with like the red, like with the red clouds in their jacket. And they was like, wait a minute, we heard about y'all. Y'all called the Akatsuki, right? And Naruto shakes his head and he was like, now, once again, what were y'all doing? What's all the what was y'all doing to this village? And Naruto's like, this is, what, a Hidden Leaf village, right? Like, a Hidden Leaf village territory or whatever. And I'm going to say Hinata shakes her head, and Naruto's like, oh, yeah, that's right. Now, I'm going to ask y'all again, why y'all terrorizing this village? I'm going to say, like, they start laughing, and it was like, y'all probably, like, just trash. Like, y'all probably can't even fight. Y'all probably just, like, get, like all this praise and stuff from other villages just because y'all look strong. And they all start laughing. And I'm gonna say, like, just for a split second, Naruto loses his cool. And like I'm gonna say he blows a hole through one of them. Like, just completely. like with not even like a thought to spare, he just uses his tail beast gun thing and hits one of them. But he does it so fast, it's like not even funny. And I'm gonna say Hinata was like, that was so unnecessary, Naruto. And Sakura basically was like, yeah, that really wasn't necessary. And Naruto looked back at him and was like, I don't care. like he was like, I don't care if it wasn't necessary. He was dissing my little group. I had to put an end to that. And I'm gonna say the deeper path of pain was like, yeah, y'all need to move around before I, almighty push y'all niggas away. And I'm gonna say like the bandits try and run, and I'm gonna say Hinata was like, it's funny that Pain, you told them to run, and we're not gonna let them. And I'm gonna say, Gara and then they were like, man, listen, we love it when they run, and they just like they transform into their states, like their tail beast states, and just start chasing them down one by one, just not killing them. Like I'm gonna say they kill them, and they do them in the most dirty way. I'm gonna say Gara, instead of using like, he can use sand, he can manipulate sand, but he can also use it like Shukaku's like little wind bullets, but he can shoot them out of his hands instead of his mouth. So I'm gonna say Gara catches one and he shoots a wind bullet through him. And I'm gonna say when Sakura catches one, cause Sakura's still a little soft. She trained up and everything, like she got that mentality to kill. She got the tail beast in her. But I'm gonna say Naruto, like she's still soft, cause that hidden leaf. She leaves are soft. Hidden leaf be soft. Let me stop. Anyway, so I'm gonna say the bandit she catches, she like tries to injure him a little bit and like tell him to run. And I'm gonna say Naruto appears and was like, you're too soft, Sakura, and like just pulls out a kunai and stabs him in the back, and he falls and dies. And Sakura was like, Naruto, we don't have to kill them. We could like turn them into the leaf. And Naruto like, we don't work for the leaf. You don't work for the leaf. And she's like, what if I don't want to be near Katsuki? And Naruto's like, I'm gonna have to extract the tail beast from you, and you'll die once I do that. So either you can stay alive and be with us, or I can extract the tail beast and you could die and be with the Sage of Six Paths. And I'm gonna say she takes the latter, which is not dying and going with the Sage of Six Paths. So they back on the road. They don't get rewarded, but I'm gonna say not Sarada. The fifth Hokage, because I can't remember her name either. Fuck. I'm gonna say the fifth Hokage. She catches wind of it from one of her Anbu members. She catches wind of like Naruto taking care of some villagers. And I'm gonna say she's relieved that Naruto isn't just out there killing random people. He's out there killing people that are dangerous. And she's also kind of glad that Hinata still got a little bit of good inside of her and not just bloodthirsty as Naruto kind of is. But that's gonna go away real quick. Anyway, so Naruto basically, like when they find the Four Tails, I'm gonna say Son Goku realizes that they're most of them are Jinchurikis. So he was like the dude that carries around Son Goku. I'm gonna just call him Son Goku anyway, because I don't remember his name either. I'm gonna just call him Son Goku. Like he realizes that they're Jinchurikis too, and he's basically asking like, what are y'all like doing here? And Naruto's like, there's someone trying to get all the tail beasts, and we want to collect them first. And Naruto was like, and I'm gonna say Son Goku was like, for what? And he was like, for world peace. And he was like, but isn't that what the other people are trying to do? And he was like, no, we're not gathering them up to extract them from you and kill you. We're gathering us up as a collective force. That way we would be unstoppable in wars. And he was like, so basically you're just going to wage war on every village. And Naruto was like, no, we're going to stop the wars raging from every village when we become the major superpower with all the tail beasts. And he was like, that's an interesting, what's the name? Like, interesting point, like, interesting perspective. And Naruto's like, here, I'll make a deal with you. The minute that you think that we are doing something that you as a person don't agree with, you can leave. And I'm gonna say Sakura looks at him, and Naruto looks back at Sakura, and Sakura's gonna say something, and Naruto's like, "Girl, listen. About the most useful thing you have ever done was become that Jinchuriki. So shut your mouth. I shut it for you." And I'm gonna say no. He doesn't. Naruto don't say that. I'm gonna say Naruto turns around before she could say something and be like, Sakura, if you want to know what I meant when I was a kid, you would shut up now. And I'm gonna say she'd be quiet, and in her mind she's like, see, I knew that's not what he meant. I knew it. And she's kind of, I wouldn't say she's celebrating, but she's kind of like anxious, like she's getting real anxious and trying to find out. So Son Goku agrees, and I'm gonna say Naruto tells Gaara, give him a robe. And I'm gonna say Son Goku was like, bro, y'all just carry these around? And Naruto was like, yep, never leave home without them. And if y'all wondering where Kakashi is training with Konan. He is training with Konan. And if you're asking what Konan's going to teach him, I don't know. No. I'm gonna make Kakashi overpowered. So you know how there's black flames right? You know how Itachi hair is not Itachi. You know how what is his name? Kakashi's hair is white, right? What if Kakashi infused too much chakra into his fireball jutsu and made white fire? And the white fire, does it burn higher than the black fire? Well, I'm going to say the black fire and the white fire burns the same. The only difference is that the white fire, burns quicker, I'm going to say. It burns quicker than Amaterasu. Yeah, it burns quicker than Amaterasu. So, yeah, it burns quicker and goes out. He can shoot out the fireball, it can hit something, it can burn for 3 seconds. And since it burns brighter and faster, it goes out way quick. The lasting effect is 3 seconds. But in that 3 seconds, it could probably turn something into ash. Not someone, something. It can leave a person with severe burns, but it can't kill them. It can kill them, but depending on their depending on their willpower to stay alive after being burned aggressively for yeah. So I'm gonna say Conan is teaching him, not teaching him, but just training, and he uses it, and Conan doesn't get severely burned. I'm gonna say she uses a paper clone because she realized that fire ain't normal. So yeah, the Son Goku is coming back, and he senses something with Naruto and them, and he's like, yo, that's Jinchuriki personally, y'all, there's something with y'all. Now, I'm gonna say the first person that basically say the jig is out is Gaara. He transforms into the Shukaku state that Naruto helped him unlock, and he was like, wait a minute. I'm gonna say Son Goku was like, wait a minute, hold on, what? It was forms? I want one. And I'm gonna say Naruto was like, Gaara, bro, you always gotta do that, bro. You can't just be letting people know our secrets, fam. He just got into the Akatsuki. I know we supposed to trust our fellow mites, but he didn't even meet the peoples yet. And oh wait, I just capped. So the people that left, right? Here's the people that left. It was Obito, Sasuke, and Itachi. Those are the people that left to do that mission. Y'all not gonna know what mission they're on yet, so leave me alone. So Naruto and them, they start heading back. Naruto basically explains what he did, and I'm gonna say Son Goku asks Naruto do you have one? And he was like, no, I don't. I could get one, but the molds that I have now are stronger. in a sense. And he was like, what do you mean stronger in a sense? He was like, when y'all fuse, like when they use that mode, they're infused with their tail beast. So that technically makes them themselves the tail beast. So they can technically get sealed inside of someone. So when they use that transformation, they're literally infusing like the tail beast into their very well being. Like they're rewriting their genetic code to put the tail beast inside, like to fuse with the tail beast. And I'm gonna say Gara and like Hinata was like, wait, what? And I'm gonna say Sakura has not gotten out of her head. Like she's listening, like she's not listening, but like she's going with them. But yeah, she's not listening. Like she's not really paying attention. So Gara was like, technically, if I stay in this form for the rest of my life and I die in this form, I can come back with Shukaku. And Naruto was like, in a sense, yeah, you really can. And I'm gonna say Gara tapped Sakura, and Sakura kind of undazes. He was like, Sakura, you know, technically we're immortal. And I'm gonna say Sakura was like, wait, what? And Naruto was like, oh, I have to re-explain it. And he was like, so basically when I passed out, I talked to the Sage of Six Paths, and he said the transformation that I taught y'all, well, that y'all kind of gained on y'all own, but I technically taught y'all. Like, that transformation, y'all fused with the tail beast, yada, yada, yada. I really don't feel like going all over that again. And I'm going to say Sakura, Naruto basically tells that to Sakura, and Sakura was like, that's not fair. You said yada, yada, yada. You said yada, yada, yada through half your sentence. And Naruto was like, okay, and your point being, you should be more or less focused on, trying to get your little soft self to be able to kill somebody without flinching. And I'm gonna say Hinata looks at Sakura and just laughs just a little bit. And I'm gonna say not Sakura, but I'm gonna say Sakura looks over and was like, what are you like? Why are you laughing at me? And Garo's like, probably because you can't follow orders. And I'm saying that Two Tails is like, yeah, he's not wrong. You really can't. Like, you're supposed to be like up there with us, like in power. You are, but you lack, like you have remorse for people. That can be your downfall. You're not supposed to hesitate when you're in the middle of battle. Your hesitation can lead to your downfall. And Son Goku was like, wow, for these like to be, just some random group, they're pretty calm, cool, and collected and smart when it comes to certain things. And Son Goku was like, yeah, you can't really be letting your guard down. And I'm going to say Sakura was like, you know what? I do not have time for that shit. And I'm going to say she takes off the robe. And Naruto's like, Sakura? He licks his lips and was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I'm going back to the Leaf Village. And Naruto laughs and was like, Sakura, the minute that you start running back to the Leaf Village, you become an enemy. And I think Hinata would gladly take the Three Tails. I'm gonna say Hinata looks at Sakura and was like, yeah, I think I like the Three Tails. And she was like, I'm gonna go anyway. And Naruto was like, okay. Gara, can you, get her? I'm gonna say he says Two Tails too, cause yeah. They get up, they turn into their modes. Sakura turns into her mode and she gets gone. And Naruto's like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot she learned that mode. Too bad. And then I'm gonna say Naruto uses the seal on her head, teleports to her and smacks her and chops her in the neck. And when she wakes up, they're back at the what is it called? The Akatsuki hideout. And I'm gonna say Son Goku walks past and basically tells Naruto, he yells for Naruto. He's like, yo, the traitor's up. And Naruto was like, don't call her a traitor. But okay. He was like, don't call her a traitor, but okay. And I'm gonna say Naruto walks past. Not walks past, but walks up. Naruto walks up there and I'm gonna say, Hinata walks past and basically points toward her stomach, and she looks like Sakura looks down and notices like the seal's still there, and she goes and tries to talk to the Three Tails, and the Three Tails answer her, but like I think like she thinks that Hinata was gesturing like Naruto, if she doesn't change up, Naruto gonna take the Three Tails out of her and she's gonna die. I'm gonna say Hinata like Sakura basically to ask Naruto like, why do you have me in here? And Naruto was like, I told you, you become an enemy after you put that robe. You became an enemy after you put that robe down and start trying to head back to the Hidden Leaf Village. Just because you know you got a tail beast, and you don't mean you're not at risk of me putting your little ass in the dirt. And she's just talking like Naruto's talking, and I'm gonna say she tunes out, and Naruto basically like teleports into the cell and flicks her on the head, and she like undazes, and Naruto like, see, you stay dazed, and he was like, what are you thinking about? And I'm gonna say Sakura just out with it and tells like, what do you mean, like what did you mean when you were little? And I'm gonna say Naruto was like, see, there's your issue, you're so worked up about that you can't see the bigger picture here. I'm trying to stop the world from making a grave mistake, and you're just trying to be that person and trying to find out what I meant by what I said. And Sakura was like, yeah, like what did you mean? And Naruto was like, does it really matter? Like, does it matter that much to you? Because if it does, I'll tell you, but you may or may not like the answer. And she's like, yeah, it does. And I'm gonna say Naruto just goes out with it and tell her. And what it basically meant was like Naruto said that not to like make her like to basically what he meant by that was he's gonna be the sum of like what she isn't, like, yeah. So she gets a little upset. Like he basically means what that basically meant was he was gonna prove her wrong. And he kind of tells her when he was little he used to have a crush on her, but that's kind of dead and gone because you wanted to treat me like, he was basically like, that's dead and gone because you wanted to treat me like dog shit. So when he was like little, this is like before the Uchiha Massacre and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna say he met Sakura way before then. And before, like, Sakura used to be best buddies with Naruto until she found out that Naruto was a Nine Tails by her parents, and then she kind of goes to Naruto, treated Naruto like nothing. Naruto walked up to her one day and she screamed and yelled like, Nine Tails, get away from me. Stuff like that, like basically breaking little Naruto's heart. Ow. Part of me just hurt it inside when I said that. Anyway, so Naruto basically like tells her that, and I'm gonna say like she don't like, she just takes it in and she was like fine, and Naruto was like fine what, and she was like I'll stay in the Akatsuki, and Naruto gives her a robe, like gives her back her own, like gives her back her robe, and he was like, and just for safety measures, you won't be leaving the hideout for a while. And Pain walks up to her and was like, you'll be coming with me. And Naruto basically just ushers her out, and Naruto, like, she was like, wait, where am I going? And I'm gonna say like Pain basically takes her to his quarters, and in his quarters is not the ghetto statue, but it's a statue that puts you in like a stasis. And when it puts you in a stasis, you're aware of like your surroundings and things like that. But like it doesn't necessarily do anything. Like that it was, I'm gonna say it's that thing that Nagato was in, like right when Naruto and Nagato were talking and Konan was standing there. That's basically what it is. And y'all might be asking, well, why can't that be in the prison cell? I'ma say because Pain or Nagato doesn't want it there. So yeah, he kind of got like his own little prison cell. But since Nagato doesn't really use his quarters, cause like no, like Nagato has his quarters and then he has like his actual quarters, and his quarters is where Sakura is, but his actual quarters is all the way on the other side of the village, like all the way on the other side of the Akatsuki hideout. And over like the two like over the 2 days, I'm gonna say, Obito and them come back and they use Kamui to make it quicker. They Kamui back to the thing, like back to the Akatsuki hideout, and um Rin greets Obito. Obito, being Obito, I wouldn't say blesses a bit, but no, who I don't really give a fuck. Obito basically gets excited to see Rin, and Kakashi and Sasuke basically just walk away like they don't care, cause they don't care. And Obito remembers like the thing on his heart, and basically in a couple of minutes, the thing activates, and it kills Obito. And I'm gonna say Rin just like screams, and some of y'all might be like, why didn't that kill Obito before? I'm gonna say because he wasn't fully hell bent on becoming one of them until a couple of seconds ago, which would be in turn betraying Madara Uchiha. And Madara senses it, like knows the thing went off, and he basically grits his teeth like, damn it. And um this is where I'm gonna be ending this part off. I love cliffhangers in this specific what if. I'm gonna be leaving this part off here. I hope y'all enjoyed, and if y'all did, drop a like or two. Something slight. If y'all enjoy my content, subscribe. All right. And this is